beautiful natural root, plasmoidal. Dug out and tossed that below, and she'd notice the core of it. Biomimetics. I'm gonna get some of my old pieces of ironwood and stuff like that out. This has been on my mind to do next. Top here. Natural lightning striking through a tree. This is his root. I found about 6 feet down in the clay. Still no response still from Yousteal. And no bothers today. Since I last wrote back to him. Taking down all my stuff that has Dikr. Things in my Terrica. Islamophobia shit. Let me just stop. Inshallah has.
Next thing I...
People need to wake up. Administrations are all in bed with external forces. Placating, dissecting, and slicing up this country. Wake up, people. Wake up, dude. Wow. Yeah, it's going down. Now the issue is, are they using the deuterated water or are they using that plasma bullshit? Fake stuff that they make. Spinning it and condensing it. That'll give you traces of different things. They could have a war start off on accident when it isn't the thing that they think it is.
When you cancer.
I'm sorry, let me in a buggy. Wake up, everybody. It's begun. I'm gonna feel the ripples of it for time to come. I'm getting their roots and claws and everything right now so that they can tell you what they want you to eat. Still no damn message or rebuttal for the stuff that they did. It's been a day now, but no more garbage shit has happened. I figured out who it was and neutralized. A lot of persons still be subscribed in persons, but let them red pill themselves. So come on to their own karma. You understand? Living with you. Top here. Natural light. It's noon. Not the same. No, debauchery it looks. And these goofball ass people. Still no response. I had the phone on airplane mode for the last like 8 hours. Check out. analytics of today, this morning, like 11:49. So basically 8.5 hours have passed. So it should be more than 30. And 11.13 gave that out with 11:29. 95.86. Periscope up. It's just 8:30 in the morning there. And them people were attacking me. He's forgive me. So, I'm going to go to YouTube Studios. Haven't gotten any malarkey from YouTube yet. No response. Somebody on the phone says it's on 4G, but it's all that retarded shit. Alright, so analytics. How the views go down? That's crazy, right? You'd think the count would go up. Be it that last 28 days views, 8.5 hours ago. Right now it says it's at 11:09. Here in my screenshot, views are at 11:09. Oh, no, I just did that. Silly. They're 11:13. So how am I missing videos? 11:49. Right. Put it on airplane mode. I had more views. You would think in 8.5 hours the views would go up, not backwards. You understand? So, top 4 videos. Number 4 video, my teacher has 2. And you have 3 for the non-locality. Me center there's 4 and then 10. So, response from Yousteal, nothing still. Only debauchery. So, my views have gone down. The videos have changed. Mona's right there, number 3. It was the 4th. Again, this is 8-hour difference, 8.5 hour difference. How do my views go from that to this right now? How do views go down? Every day the views go down. They go up and then they go down.
Yeah, I feel you.
The same with my hours.
I feel you.
So that you feel me, I can show you. That's why I keep looking at this, because I'm going ever since this stuff started. It's just one view. One person going through looking for something to try to mess with. You understand?
See. And you can't see who your viewers are unless they're subscribed.
Even and have their stuff open. Let's see. Real time 60 minutes. Nothing. Right? Confused. reach 9586. That's right now. Excuse me. Channel pages has gone up by 0.5. So it was 5.1. So that's my supposed reach for right now.
Mm-hmm. Let me get in the chat.
9586. 9 hours or 8.5 hours have passed. But somehow 9586. Seems I've gotten control of my channel back. I don't have to worry about that stupid hobby fucking ignorant ass son of bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbies are straight ignorant, dude. I rejected my last appeal. The stupid shit that I got for cyberbullying against myself. Otherwise, I had a fucking thing for cyberbullying against myself. It's retarded. Otherwise, it'd all be strikes. What is this? I've never seen that comment. How much longer do I have? 3 days? I got some dudes fucking stopped. Ha ha ha. Tuck there. Still nothing from Yousteal. Still don't understand how the numbers are going backwards. Different videos are being shown as being looked at on the list as to a 12-hour period that is, if I would have looked at it at 11:29 from 8 hours from 8:30 when I first looked at it. That's it. I'm sitting here playing my game. minutes or 12. I see videos of pressure. So the same count on these videos. So that's on those ones. True. H1 Internet 103 new bird flu. Had the mink variant. That's with the UK. Crazy. Now this new bird flu. Keys Foundation people doing. Morning time. Periscope up. See what our analytics and if we got a response from Yousteal. Alright. Interesting. How am I analytics going backwards, dude? All of a sudden I got all this traffic and then it dies, right? And this rash of stuff where they're trying to take down my thing. And now nothing. Oh fuck, what in Iraq? So forth and ain't been able to mess with my channel. Numbers keep going down. No change. I still have the shadow block still. Right. A video that states can I weld glass has 1,000 views and the other one says can I weld glass has 500,000. Make you wonder. Still nothing. Still. First 4 gig video is almost up. The one I was trying to put up a couple of days ago that they blocked. Almost there. Get all these uploaded and then do the titles, descriptions, and hashtags and so forth. These people are crazy, man. All of a sudden, no more strikes, no more nothing. 2 weeks straight harassment. No crickets, but analytics on my channel show that traffic somehow is just gone. It's crazy. Suppression of information. Just now figuring out how to do metal and glass beam welded together using lasers. I've been trying to show for the last couple of years. Lattice enabled and low energy nuclear enabled fusions, transmutations, and so forth. Keep it from people and children in the toy guns and gas-driven cars. So why? How was my generation raised on that? I knew this is what would happen during my generation. I was born in 1980. That's crazy. Homeboy just pulled a bottle of vodka from underneath his hood, stuck it inside. That's crazy. Interesting. Looking in my car. I ain't never seen nobody get up before. We're at the Lord's place. I hope Willis family comes. That's a trip. I was looking at that, brother. By the structuring and so forth of the interstitial water. On the skeletal, you could tell he suffered like grandpa. Alcohol. I ain't never thought I'd done it like that. It sure looks like it needs to go in there and have, or they go in and drain the water off the body. That was a trip. I think this truck sounds fine. Why are you popping the hood? Let those people drive off and damn. Top gear. Everyone be safe. Interesting life. Throw some sage in this spliff. Almost there. Really interesting. You can really tell the difference of internet services in the different parts of different towns. The demographics, how fast things upload to the environment of where you're at. Get stuff uploaded real quick, or you ain't watching nothing new on the load up. As you're in a part of the neighborhood, they don't give the same access to you for some reason. They'd be paying probably more for the service and getting less. Just baffled by how a video titled Off-Grid, the same as the other Off-Grid, she got 46 views, but it's been that for like 2 weeks. Our other Off-Grid one is still. Those are actually titled. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about the other ones. It's crazy. See how fast it's uploading? It's crazy. I got it up to 3 gigs uploaded and stopped. It just keeps kicking back to 23%. What's that? repeated which it was, where I was at, so forth. Stopped it. Shouldn't take so long to upload a 4 gig video. Excuse me. Started this back at 10:30. I've been in the valley for a while. I'm in Chico. And I got all the way to the end where it said process. And somehow restarted. Break a gig. Again. Back at 2 gigs. Come on now. You can get that. Hey, go there. Came back from shoving. 81%. Show this thing up for us, man. All the way up when we were at the lawyer's place, and then it restarted. 82%. Come on, man. That's the information. Should go up, inshallah. Go to the next video and upload it all down. 5%. Crazy. So it was at 93% as I was watching it, and then it just flipped. Now it's at 34%. So resetting to 24%, and it's 34%. Not even moving. I started this at 10:30. It just keeps looping. So I have to wait another day when I'm coming to town. Mary's gonna sit at Ellis Lake. You gotta wait for the goofball with the flag to just doing that right there. Is this guy drunk or something? Yeah. This is blocking everybody. Just flip the guy off. The red truck you walked by when you went into the lawyer's place, when old boy came out of the car, he did something I'd never seen before, and even I never thought of doing in all my alcoholism and drinking. Dude comes out, he's all bloated like this, where it looked like he needed to have the syringe come in and suck the water off his body, you know, because his spleen and everything messed up and so forth. He come out, turned the truck on, was talking to the people that walked out with him, rush personnel and so forth, looked all like serious and everything. They leave, the boy pops his head, pulls out a bottle of vodka, and it's just there.
On the spot?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I'm gonna go to the store and go shopping. Get some more supplies. See this dumb thing uploads. Just came back and got in the car from shopping. Got the card. It's crazy, dude. It's straight 2 o'clock. That's 4 hours. You gonna show me how much is that one to do? You sir. I'm gonna have to sit out. I was like, let's see. Might as well just didn't reset itself again. I'll have to wait until I go in the other room. That's crazy. I'll have to try another time. Upload the video. Still nothing from Yousteal. This is being shadow blocked.
That to the grid, what would that equate to? However much they're charging people to a kilowatt.
So we're at 71,888 right now. 8.6 kilowatts. 6.4. And it's 14.15. So 86,000. Workhorse. $99.942. So should get that by today. Since the time of day it is. Yeah, we should do 100,000 kilowatts. We're almost at 200,000 kilowatts. Talk about free energy. Clean. Crazy. She's the only person in the world for 6 years now. That's been doing what she's doing by hand. Doing the teas, the pictures, so forth. She come across an ad on Amazon. Someone plagiarizing. Literally, it's her hand. It's her.
They stole our fucking picture. They stole the picture of one of our e-commerce listing and are using it as their own product and selling our product. I'm pissed. I really are. Voodoo Trade Company, Ltd. Let's figure out who they are. Those are the people selling it.
Told her to be careful, and you gotta do that silly thing with images.
They're straight fucking Chinese. Yep.
You gotta go in and do that thing to all your images. The guy was showing you those things. Like yesterday. Because now that you see, you seriously need to go through all of your stuff. And what you do is you go in and you do the original. And you let the person keep that up. They have to pay you for using it. You understand? Be that the first image that you do that to. It doesn't cost that much. And you're a business. It's not that hard to do an image search and see where it came from originally. You understand? Coin it up. Coin all your stuff on your listings. Because now you understand what I've been going through and trying to explain to you. I always say to you, look, when I show you, there's nobody that's doing what I'm doing in the world. Not even close. Just plagiarizing words and other things and not showing nothing. The product that they selling to the people is not what you provide. So. It's the reality and false realities. Understand how to own your stuff and protect it. I play those things and get on your ass about it, but present it to you. That's why I gotta put myself out and do the same for my plasma things once I start being able to upload stuff again. Those pictures that are on Fakebook. 20,000 of them for my album. Plasma Pseudomorph collection. Do this with all our stuff. Tired of people taking our things and saying it's theirs. Oh yeah, still nothing back from Yousteal. Everything messed up analytics. 9 p.m. in the evening. The same video. Like, that makes no sense. How does something have a 0 to it? Pause it for a second, dude. Like this right here. Same videos keep coming up to be seen. But yet, 0. How do you get a 0? This don't make no sense to me. The 0 come from? That's crazy. It's like the 117% or 111.07%. I'm like, what? These people, crazy. Some of the response on those things, huh? Just this weird ass analytics. Being blocked for the 3rd day in a row of trying to upload my business channel. What was my... So, day 3. Let's see, today's analytics overview. Marie, that one video got to 0 on it still. It's still there. I'm like, huh? And the one video that I put up that had 26 views finally got another view again. So I wonder if they'll show 26 or 27 views on it. United States is at 18.9. It's just climbed all the way up. Here's the videos I ever looked at. 5 times for some reason, this one with me. It's still zone a 0. But this one, for some reason, why is it looked at so much? 3 views. 60 minutes. Nothing seen in 60 minutes. So I'm confused. You show me the thing like such, but for some reason, it's not in the other things. 48 hours. The other schematics. It's a trip. None of these have gotten any views. Interesting enough. So yeah, 27. Even though I'd gotten 26 views in the first 2 days. my wife's video with off-grid in it. Her second one got nothing. Makes no sense. Business off-grid, no views. Awkward living and willing, still same 46 views from the very first day. Shadow blocking, so forth at its finest, folks. 25 strikes and shit. The channel's only been up for fucking less than a month. Fucking strike for cyberbullying myself. These people are fucking retarded. Foolish, dude. Plax and B, not turning back into an onion. I'm returning to Africa. But if you drink the Kool-Aid and you listen to Quiche, that's what you're doing. What's still being pushed around the world? The American CIA did this shit. So what is this? Quiche pushed. They're still pushing this back. This is, I mean, if you read it, this is the schematics. What did China do? Did they shut down international travel or their national travel? What does this idiot say right here?
Mr. Guest educated us on how the coronavirus was patented recently as it launches was timed to become public.
Remember, he has all this information and so forth on the side, so he might have gotten some information and twisted it a little bit in a sense on who's doing gain of research along with China, backed by us with $600,000 plus another $3 million on the side. Fauci. Fauci's part of the fucking what?
Who?
NIH and CIA.
And
He's not part of who?
I thought he was.
He's part of our fucking disease shit on the side of supposedly keeping us from getting sick, but also on the forefront of fucking
Investigations.
manipulating stuff to supposedly make a weapon, but also to keep us safe from a next pandemic bullshit. Henceforth, the gain of function.
To become public just before the Chinese New Year in an attempt to totally destabilize the Chinese government. It was a well-planned release in specific locations in the same manner as the African swine flu for pigs. This is a new strategy developed by the American government for mass killing through viruses. However, the perpetrators had not counted on the Quiche Foundation in responding in such a simple way to overcome it. That's it. That is one cup, one life, in which everyone can easily make the GANs at home.
Don't read out loud anything that is a treatment of that shit.
Well, they make promises there.
I said that publicly already.
And
people can read it off the screen.
they never consider that up to 1 million people travel out to China every day, and that we see the virus has already traveled to Europe, North and South Africa, North and South America, Africa, and Australia. He says it's impossible to contain the virus and it will spread to all countries, but
Some countries don't have a system to trace the virus. We hope to contain it soon through the technology. In China, this is not a normal virus. It's well designed and patented, and they have already made all of the antidote for it.
Yeah, China had started making their antidote last year.
The plan was set up 3 to 4 years ago. Chinese government at $10 to $20 each vaccine, and in that way they would control the finances of China. You don't patent a virus and then release it, but then they invaded Libya for 14 million in gold. The virus creates a condition, but the Kish Foundation technology can handle it, and they're well established around the world. The funny thing is that the way they released it through animals into humans, Iranian scientists are commissioned to develop a technology for this very purpose that should be ready sometime by the end of February or March. And we'll see a lot of system on sale at the...
The rich people and the government's taking our taxpayers' money and saying it's for this when I know it's being exploited and fucking used for that stupid shit because they've been tricked.
They were hoping that pig flu would cross a human gene barrier and would...
But it has in China.
Yeah.
Henceforth the fucking brain last year in June. And the 2 other strains that offshooted from it. Did I have the screen recordings and the fucking medical transcripts for the stuff?
Because we were expecting this tailor-made virus.
People keep stating, well, this isn't fake, but they do look after and monitor vaccines. Okay, yeah, they do that. But why do the fucking Chinese farmers get sick with something swine flu? And vermi and some other shit, that looks like they were trying to inoculate the pigs with the vaccine to cause, or the employer get a vaccine from the inoculated pigs, but yet it went to the humans. But fact checkers never shit. All I can do is, oh, they look into this. Yeah, they do, but yeah, this is going on right now. This has happened. And all the stuff I posted before they blocked. But yet all the information that's coming out now, all the shit that I posted a year ago, and over a year ago.
We were waiting for it as a double virus, one that would come through the pigs last year, and the one through a second animal.
Right.
What we see this year, this then brings the two together like epoxy glue. When you mix the two tubes together, you get a composite. What we see happening is what was written in the patent. This is why I was expecting to see the second virus around January this year. So this is part of it, and we see it.
He already says the second virus. You understand?
Yeah, the pig flu is the first virus, and then this is the other
What's
virus.
coming into it makes the second virus, and the pox, as he states. Now, they stated they cured the pigs, yet in his own thing he says, what I don't understand is how they were able to infect how they were able to understand who ate the infected pig meat, that the infected pig meat is infected from them, selling it to people, stating that they had cured it after mutating it from swine flu, the blue air, PSRV, inoculating the things, and then selling the fucking infected pig meat. So, when he states, how did they know that I had infected pig meat, but they put it together like epoxy, who's he working with to infect the world? Because right there he states that he's against America and all this stuff, but if one knows what's going on, why would one do such a thing that would make something and then sell the stuff around? But yet, why not if all the main pig producers and so forth and slaughterhouses are in the United States? Why would you not, like right now, have the good meat shipped out and the bad meat shipped in, and we eat that like again, like last year?
This atrocity was expected from the Americans towards the Chinese.
Because he was sick in January, remember? Last year, he stated. So if it has a gestation, then it means he was in China and got sick. Not in Brazil, where he stated trying to help someone with a lung issue. In Brazil, his where he was infected. ¿Sabe? ¿Sabe?
Sí. It says, I said to the Chinese authorities last year they're gonna hit you near the new year. This was expected, and it's I'm excited. This was expected, and it was exactly within the time frame. You have to understand these things are heavily financed by certain organizations because to them it's just a profit. The human race doesn't count. The Second World War was started on the same basis. We even have a photo of the tiny drum like machine they used to spread the virus. Americans agents travel around the world with these tiny drones and release the virus as tourists. You can never imagine.
Spread for a year. Anytime you hear anything out of Iran, northeastern Europe, Asia, of it being a Syrian operative and so forth along those sides, as I stated, along with them taking out Bill Gates with the writing thing that they had, the signatories. Hello?
And they caused something there because he divorced his wife. There was some turmoil there. Married to 47 years is not just, there's something there. It's an external force had like fucking put their hand in it.
Yeah, it's called his PP. Doesn't know how to fucking be a person. Why I explained to you why I said and did what we did in our shop and so forth. For the sisters so that I could work on myself and not be a fucking failure. That person supposedly doing all the same stuff as we are. As you've seen where you could put a plasma bottle next to your stuff and fill the things. When I explained and shared that with you, what do you have afterwards? You had fucking the same mixes that they make, but they had stuff for intimacy. Jehovah's Witness and other things after we shared them. So on Amazon and Instagram.
The amazing thing about the Americans is that they call everybody terrorists, but they themselves are terrorizing everybody. The way the pig flu traveled across China baffled the Chinese authorities, but it was very easy for us because we already had developed the virus as a weapon. And then if I scroll down, it's the video, but it's gonna start playing. People did really know research behind that.
This time. First day waking up here permanent. Put the periscope up second earlier. Heard about the different riots. Put the periscope up second earlier. Heard about the different riots and lockdowns and everything going on. I hope everyone is safe. Sending our love and light to you guys.
Hi from India. How to fight down from India. Doesn't know what comes with that. And if you're right and legally dictators and justified. Okay, let's look it up. From there, we should have framed it the fuck up, Ezekiel. But hey, it's just do spider web. Yeah.
Back to the basics.
Let's just camp for a little longer.
You guys don't see it, but we see. Make a little makeshift thing real quick. Interesting how everything comes out. Back to the music, cause you know, can't put anything with music, really try to say all that weirdo stuff. A lot of energy. I was gonna show you what you call my footprint. So that there's a weak third light. Perception, a little better. Flashing ears. Energy good. Upward gas.
That was before we had Romeo. Romeo.
Different battery packs for different functions, giving out different energy waveforms. You guys all know that. Space for that. Wait a minute. Didn't it begin? You working together this year and fucking running at 200,000.
With the music, because I want to make a video with the music.
200,000 kilowatts. Coming together.
I'm like, how the hell was I doing live? How was I doing that? Oh no.
Flying over us with clouds, fucking trying to see clouds here. I can't cloud see them.
Donuts over Sky Donuts.
Since 2015, nigga got up in the teacher's league. Come for this shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Facebook with this silly shit. I just got this notification today saying that they copyrighted or muted all these videos. 18 of them, right?
But what's nice is this this video right here, if they let me play it. Little quiche. It only has 56 minutes, right? 56 seconds. And they've had this thing for over a year blocked. Because this is old goofball with his 1 cup, 1 life fucking Corona baby shit. From January 25th of 2020. That's him in a video. These fools are just now giving me a notification that they have not uploaded it. You understand? That they just now let me see a dispute of either post partially muted or put up the video or submit a dispute, right? There's only 56 seconds out of a 51-minute video where this is, supposedly has music from someone else. And they're just now giving me a thing. It is the 3rd or 4th of June? This was posted on the 26th of January of 2020. You understand? What the fuck? I'm being serious, man. I'm just now getting a notification for this. You know what video that is? They're just now telling me, oh, we never posted that. Yes. They did it to 18 videos.
That has always been like in standby. Nobody ever got to see
No
it.
one's ever seen the shit because they want to know, do you wish to post it or delete it or submit a dispute? This is from January of last year.
Yeah.
Information to help people stay away from them motherfuckers and other things is applied in one country. What country is that? United States. 56 seconds. You guys are sick, dude. Let's play the video. Still nothing from Yousteal. Excuse me.
Good morning, good afternoon to you, whenever and wherever you listen to this recording.
Let's see, I remember. For me posting and sharing that stuff like I showed in the videos where they tried to take off. You still here recently? It was my talk with Sofikra going, brother, how come you didn't see that thing? I asked you if you could translate that for me because here in America, dude said it in this, but I want to know what they're saying to other people in other languages. They had taken off the English and the Arabic version, as I showed in that video. This one is the Spanish subtitled version one. You understand? It's in English. This is before they got all their stuff together and got the people all programmed and working for them as lemmings. Before they got them tricked with this, you understand? Before they got them tricked with this damn video on Yousteal that never took their stuff down, but keeps taking my stuff down and trying to fucking help people from not falling prey to the sickness. Fucking drinking their Kool-Aid and shit. After this, they got hundreds of videos, you know, in different languages. Before, they had 2 different languages, was it? With like 20 videos.
My name is Kesh, the head of Kesh Foundation, and as a Iranian nuclear physicist, we have developed technologies for space
that we use for weaponry for
that
Bursa,
we applied
Brazil, Russia,
and
India,
has been applied
Iran,
in China
Syria,
in the past few years.
China,
For the past few years.
and
See
America,
how we can
Why the
improve
sickness
life
came.
of people in China.
making
Be it
viruses,
agriculture, be it for health, be it for production
mutating
material.
swine flu, H1N1,
In the past 2 years,
H5N1.
when I stayed in China,
And now we got
we
this.
tried to show
The bird
that
flu
this
again
technology
infected the
can
people.
help with viruses. As you know,
We mutated the swine flu to blue ear.
African pig swine flu has killed many, many pigs.
We've been selling the meat for the last 4 years.
Which was we were asked to participate in.
It's all in a research paper. You can look it
Where
up on Google.
829 kids were affected by the
We
virus,
infected it,
tested
we
and
mutated it,
confirmed. When we
supposedly cured it, and been selling the meat, and stated the virus started by CIA in January. Yep, the virus started in November when he went to China.
Boom! When do I say this? I don't need the news to tell me no shit.
In Inner Mongolia
Now you have
and northern part of China, and we have increased the
Kenya,
harvest drastically.
Ghana, and Nigeria have this mysterious virus
In
Right.
that
coming up
process,
where they've been
And
trying
he
to
just
warn
showed you that he was doing experiments there.
Chinese nation and technology.
I gotta do a full recording and pull this down.
Today is the Chinese New Year, and we know that
Which shows you what day is
a new
this?
problem has started for China. The new
So we're doing
flu has already claimed
human
many
trials.
lives. And we know the flu is a virus.
Positive charged
Up to
colloids
today, we know
we're
that
selling
science
and selling
has
for
never
you to
been
make
the solution for viruses.
gives viruses
Because
the ability
we
to
never
mutate.
understood what the virus is. Now,
They're
with the new
electrostatic electron
technology, we
transport.
understand what the virus is. And as the
That's why
new
we never show
technology
you
depends on plasma technology,
lasers to show
we
you the
can
ions.
reduce the effect of
They
the
go into
virus.
What is the title of this video? Supposedly has no title. I don't believe you. That's crazy. I need to record this whole thing.
Yeah, like supposedly what I just experienced is like somebody just posted, like somebody received an order of us. They created a post linking us, making us a shout out, on Instagram. It showed me just like in the windows that come down, it shows me, hey, such person created a post and they're naming you. When I go to Instagram, there's no notifications. Like I have no notifications that that has happened. So I can't reference it or like put it on my story and link it or something like that because I just don't have a record that just happened. Even though it showed me for a second that it happened, and I don't know if I follow the person. So if I don't follow the person, it won't come in my feeds. It's bullshit.
The
Let's just
viciousness.
keep doing what we're doing, right?
See, mama.
Might mean that we're doing something good. If they don't want it out, fuck them.
So does that just now get posted right here? Or at that time? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That would be January 26th. So. got that ring. That's cool. He's all about love and light, man. He's all about love, people. Lovely, lovely. Lovely. This guy in several talks. This guy in several talks.
Welcome everyone to the 277th.
Oh, fix it, Rick. Motherfucker, they keep stealing my information and sharing it. I'm trying to say it's theirs.
2019. This is a broadcast on the Test Foundation Spaceship Institute.
What's going on right now? We're getting hit in our sectors, our electrical, gas, fuel, food.
And
So, what does this motherfucker say he's gonna do to y'all?
use of the space program will show B-52 is a child game, is a mouse in the hand of a cat. Most probably all of Israel, citizens of Saudi
Remember, this guy tells all of his people and everyone.
military forces.
This is on
You
YouTube.
will see under the army
That they're working for the Iranian terrorist group. March 12th, 2020, they raised their flag. That's why they infected and took out everyone underneath the Ayatollah. They took out the Republic. Excuse me, Iranian Republic Guard. They control it. That's why the Iranians' largest ship just had a fire the other day. And it's burning and sinking. It's lost. They're testing their weapons. Several other ships in the area have been having the same issues. They're getting ready to do things, folks. Wake up.
air space force. And in the move, in the last few days, the head of Iranian space has been made the head of Iranian army because
Suleiman.
he knows
Guy in the
how
picture
to
with the ring.
access into this capture.
Done it by
Please
Kish.
withdraw this from this. To show Russians, I do not mind. We're not here to show it, and we just explaining the situation, what's happening in Iran. The head of the Iranian new army, please remove this. Is you can put the Russians. Russians have the same. Russia made their aerospace defense after Iran, after the 2014. Iran
Ask
should the
yourself how
technology
many
to
Americans are
percent
doing this,
Can
and you
you
ask
close
yourself
your
why.
microphone,
Because
please?
they've been fucking brainwashed.
And this,
All
can you
about
close the microphone, please?
taking our country
And
down.
this is
They got
what
groups
is
in
all
America,
about.
all over the place. They got the shit on NASDAQ,
The
man,
push
in Arizona.
on the Chinese economical conditions,
Yeah, these people
Russians,
brainwashed.
this was all decoy to
We're
get
about
to
to
the
get
pressure
fucking
of
jumped,
keep
dude.
all these busy that they can get into capture the Iranian space technology. But there is one proviso. The citizens of the United States, the citizen of Israel,
That's why they're
citizen of
manipulating
Saudi
us through the
Arabia,
water waves
work
and so
and
forth.
accept the ethos of Christ, blesses his name,
So listen to this, people. Eye for an
and
eye.
says, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Make the
Sons
world
of
go on.
Iran touched, daughters of Iran touched. It's the same as
People
any
supposed to
other
be about
sons
peace.
and daughters.
Y'all been working for somebody saying peace. Listen to them.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. We do not need to touch the tooth, we do not need to touch
Looking
the
for
eye.
your own death now.
Now that we understand why American forces are so eager and no European governments and no other supports, is because the Europeans and the
Well,
rest
they keep having
understand
explosions of their
Iran
shit, and they're at
advancement
60% uranium concentration now. Ever more closer to weapons grade.
The knowledge of Iran belongs to humanity, the way I have shared.
These guys come up with some whack shit.
Take people's ideas and shit out of the group.
In my last talk, a few weeks ago, I explained the disaster pending for the United States.
You understand? The what? Hello?
Why?
This is what's happening right now, folks.
The loss of millions
Our
would
electricity,
not be
our
by the
power,
earthquake.
because they're hacking our shit and
By
so
the
forth.
time the
You got idiots
capability
for
of the
being
forces
helping
of
them.
Iranian, what I call
They've integrated
defense,
themselves in the
by
Obama
use of the
administration
space
up
program
through
to
the
show
Trump, up into the Biden.
P-52 is a child game, is a mouse in the hand of a cat. Most probably all the satellites will be dismantled in no time.
Henceforth, why Iran keeps
Plasma
sending their stuff
technology,
up satellites, they stated they can
Washington
infect you
in
with
no
the
time.
fucking shit and suck the energy out. We
You
got kids.
tried to drop a bomb on Tehran. In my many of teachings, I said,
Again, this is
when
on
the
YouTube.
friend gives a gift, you don't need to return.
And they
But
keep
this
taking
time
down
they
my
have more
videos
advanced way to return.
of me going, what the fuck is going on?
And
How
we
is this on
know the
YouTube?
knowledge
They take
of
my
the
videos
plasma
down going that.
Washington will be unbelievable.
I'm born
New York,
making
the
something
same.
and quarter
Right.
mine
What
whole.
this guy talking about,
Los
people?
Angeles,
Other things like that.
every city to one city. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. But
People up.
can give you a guarantee. If Iran is
Next
not
war's
sold
gonna be some
internally
crazy shit, folks.
by certain people,
Y'all think I'm stupid. I keep getting kicked out of groups and groups and groups, and they keep stealing more and more
the same
information
story has
and
happened
putting
in
it on
Japan in the Second World
Wake up,
War.
man.
Look at all the
Will
different
cover
places
the
that are
United
democratic
States
that are keep getting all
through
these weird
the
mutations of this
understanding of the
shit.
new technology.
They
Be
stabilize their
warned
populace.
by the actions of the United
Not
States.
ever been for peace, and every one of his talks he's talks
We
about
do
it
not
being
want
used as a
war.
fucking weapon, man.
We are claiming peace and we stick to peace. But Iran aerospace is the first nation aerospace and it's the crown in the jewel of the both scientists, not only Iran.
Nothing against people saying defending themselves, but if we keep training at y'all for peace,
We can protect the territorial land of Iran,
millions of people.
but when
Dummies that
you
involved
are
with
attacked,
hacking shit.
we saw what happened.
Using up your information
The
to help
Japanese attacked
kill you and your
what
family.
happened.
Now and in the future.
We saw the Americans ended up in Hiroshima. This time, the story is the power is in the hand of the Iranian Space Force. We should not use this technology out of the fear,
Mark
but we
House
should
controls
enjoy
20,000
the
plus
pleasures of it.
members, lives next to the
I
military
call
base,
upon
and keeps
American
having
forces
the
to
shootings
withdraw
and other
from
shit. All these people are strategically
We
placed
are
around
friends,
bases and other
and we are
things.
the same. I call on Saudi
Around the world,
leadership.
in Europe, other places where the
You
weather,
purchased
electrical
the most
things, grids are being
advanced
affected.
defense, air defense technology from Israel, who's killing the Palestinians, last few months
Iron
of
Dome just
billions
did
of
some
dollars.
shit.
You sign a $200 million military contract with America to buy the hub. I have a very bad news for you. They knew that they cannot use these technologies they sold to you. They sold the scrap heap because Iran
right now?
technology will make a scrap of 300-400 billion investments in what they cannot sell anymore. The reason
Just
the
gaslighting
American
people.
president is supporting the 200 billion sale so doggedly is because they will not be able to sell anymore after if they test it on. The same with the Israelis who sold you such an advanced defense technology. The reason is that in the war between Syria and Iran, Iran showed the Israeli militaries the power of the space technology. They know they don't stand a chance. As I said, there'll be no more war in mankind and the human race.
It's gonna be fucking digital frequencies.
And this is my last warning to the United States of America.
Hacking on the digital
Choose the
age.
path of
What's
peace.
going on now?
Otherwise, when you hit somebody in the face, you do not expect a kiss. You got to understand, the minute the power of the United States is wiped out, the anarchy will be beyond belief because many nations stay under control because of the American forces' ruthlessness to kill on the basis of the British blood.
Let's run that back.
Because of the American forces' ruthlessness to kill on the out. You got to understand, the minute the power of the United States is wiped out, the anarchy will be beyond belief because many nations stay under control because of the American forces' ruthlessness to kill on the basis of the British blood. Every American will be drug addict as much as the South Americans can get in. There is no international forces to confine unless the state of China and Russia and Iran take a new control of the policing, which is most probably possible. The losses, we have accepted the sole losses.
He's explaining to you the infected world. He's explaining to you what
Now
they're
you
doing.
understand why so much in the past weeks I
There you
have
go,
been
folks.
pushing for this. The losses in Iran take a new control of the policing, which is international forces. Nation will be drug addict as much as the South Americans can get in. There is no international forces to confine drug addict as much as the South Americans can get in. There is no international forces to confine unless the state of China and Russia and Iran take a new control of the policing, which is most probably possible.
This is what everyone's gearing for them to try to do.
The losses, we have accepted the sole losses.
Right? Sacrifice these people, folks. You waking up yet?
Now you understand why so much in past weeks I have been pushing for this.
People
The
openly
United
state what they
States
doing.
government did not declare to its citizens that is after a technology which has literally humiliated the Israeli army forces. And the Israelis are using the sons and daughters of America to get access to something to kill more Arabs and others. And where it goes, the Rothschilds and Illuminatis.
Dummies in the groups here. They're open. The rest of the world get fucked off.
We make
The
sure
rest of us Americans here
and the doses of food are.
Every one of these people's videos. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. That's all they propagate on Yousteal. Fuck America. Kill America.
Belong to planet Earth. And all of us are scientists.
And they keep taking down my stuff.
Around several different
And
papers.
as the American administration
And that's what I'm getting.
is a Christian organization. Will be by the laws of Christ. I and I.
Who is this? Carolyn DeRose, Keisha's person. His wife. You still took this video down, I guess for copyright or whatnot, so I'm gonna have to turn the music off on it so it don't do the same. But what I'm showing is different properties and different things, and as I showed in that one video with the EMF reader, it making and emitting, these videos all showing how to make a certain fold in AU plasma, crystalline agar, and colloidal plasmoidal using the tachyonides 18-sided Marcel Fogel, but crystalline, but they took them down. Anyhow. Look, maybe. So. There's the crystals that I grind down. I'm explaining. You know, the poolisite, scooterite,
place oil fulgurite, a little bit of lavender I put in there and so forth. The turbines. Let's see it go from where it's at. I'm gonna put a plate that I'm using as a cathode and the anode in between it and that, and I was reading 1500 to 1700.
Do you remember more than the computer?
And nothing. You understand? I move it,
Yeah, spikes.
it reads it. In between it, nothing. So I was saying to you about those things that I was making to where we'd have in the walls and other things as such, and liquid filled flowing stuff around, it would block it. Otherwise I would let you hear what I'm saying on the other thing, but again there's music playing. Facebook didn't mess with it, but Yousteal took it. Put the thing there, done. L.E.N.R. About the KELEA.
In a foster housing, and they went in a big house, like a huge house, mansion-like house. They broke into it. They found an AK-47 and another shit. And when the police responds, they start shooting back to the police. Now the kid is detained with felonies, like first attempt murder,
Fucking these video games, dude.
felony and shit. The girl she's being hurt. She's in the hospital. You can see the kids when the judge, by a teleconference, reads the kids the charges. I don't even think the kid know what charged means. Like you being charged. The kid just looks like this. There should be a fucking adult there interpreting. You're gonna be held in facility for 21 days, and the kid looks like, I really don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Do I give up my right for an expedited fucking thing and this and that and all the other shit?
The kid is just looking there like, what the
Video
fuck is
games,
going
dude.
on?
Video games. Doing their job. Kids are programmed to do all this shit. D&D.
And the foster facility is getting in trouble too. Because apparently, like, really mistreated the kids. And the police of the county that came out is like, what the fuck is going on? That we have kids, 12-year-old, that have it so fucking bad that when the police tells them to put their like, they hassle for a minute, like, it's a mansion, and so there's woods around, and so the police is trying to get close to the house. I don't know if the alarm went off or something, and so the police is like, put your guns down, don't let us do this. Like, they talked for a while, and the kids would respond every time with a shooting, and so the police is like, okay, it's been like 3 hours, and we've been fucking doing this. Like, we're gonna fucking take you down, you know? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, in the nicest way that we can, we're gonna, because like 2 officers got injured, some shit like that. So they're like they're getting respawned, you know. Their lives were threatened or something. So they got to a point that they shot the girl. She had life-threatening conditions, but she survived after surgery. They shot the 14-year-old girl because she was shooting back. Like, she was shooting when they were saying, kids, they broke into a house.
Honey.
And they were saying, put the guns down, we cannot get any closer. This is a burglary.
AK and a pellet gun is different.
Yeah, I don't know how the 14-year-old is shooting a fucking AK-47.
I mean, how you doing the sights on that without it hitting you in the face and all that? Like, there's a backstory. These kids know how to do things. Because you can't wound nobody unless you actually know what you're doing.
Well, there's an audio where the girl
practice.
supposedly said something like, I'm bringing this down something about alluding to the game or something. When she grabbed the AK-47, she said something like, not in the moment when they interview her, she alluded to a game that everybody plays, like Call of Duty or something. Because she said something when she got the AK-47, she said, like, I'm bringing these down, like, on something alluding to the game. The investigator said, like, the kids play the game, and they broke into a house. I don't know, how would they know that?
Because this stuff is just like in real life. I
That
mean,
there
that's
was
what people
guns
don't
there.
understand. That's why my post showing today a Lillyway patent and all these things, people not understanding the coincidences. There's too many coincidences in the things that make stuff happen, facilitate.
Because it's like those kids like to break into that house, and instead of fucking having a great, I don't know, fucking fun experience or whatever, at least getting burglary, they're getting first-degree attempted murder.
There's been a fucking shooting every motherfucking day this week and last week. Mass shooting and shit. Dark Energon, fucking shit.
Have you seen this? In the one that you're doing your, you got 192 views? I don't know if they show you this. On the video from the the fires that you did.
my magnetic forge or plasma reactor from a decade ago. It shows me 0 views on it.
You see? It's sad. Look at these kids, boys. It's the boy's face, this fucking kid. He'll be white power for the rest of his life. Hold on, that's an ad. They have been making them longer and you can't skip it.
That's because you don't use Tubi. You use YouTube on live. That's crazy. Thing is, they wouldn't be showing that stuff for law if it wasn't for the complexion of those 2 kids. You understand?
The purpose of a detention hearing, sometimes we call them a first appearance. But the purpose of a detention hearing is for me to determine whether there is probable cause that an act of juvenile delinquency occurred and that you are the person who committed that act of delinquency. And if I do find
Can you
that
explain to
there is
me what
probable
delinquency means, sir?
cause that those offenses occurred, or that an offense occurred,
What is an
we then
offense?
discuss whether
And what is delinquency?
there is a basis to
Right.
keep you detained,
The kids don't understand it.
or whether there's a basis to release you, and if so, under what circumstances. Some things you need to know. First off, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you do say can be used
That's probably all he understood.
That's why you see his head scrunch like, huh?
From the state attorney's
What, you use
office
against me? That's all?
here. And so if you say something, there won't be any question about whether you said it or who you said it to.
Where's my lawyer?
You also have the right
Why does he keep by
to a
himself?
lawyer at all stages of the proceeding.
So give me a lawyer.
Now, this youth is.
You can hear it in the judge's voice you don't want to do this shit.
Of the Department of Children and Families.
Because
Is
it's
that
illegal.
correct, Ms. Marrero?
Where's the parent? Where's the adult?
Yeah.
Committed to the department. Mr. Beck, permanently so.
He's committed to the department permanently
I'm
so.
gonna appoint,
Where is the state's...
the Office of the Public
Okay,
Defender.
nice.
To
And the
represent
state
you
needs to do
today,
something
sir.
for the baby, dude.
And Ms. Hughes from the Public Defender's Office is here. Hopefully you see her on your screen.
She's gonna represent you?
Good morning, Ms. Hughes.
She said, who the fuck is you?
And I said there was an attorney from the State Attorney's Office, that is Ms. DePaula.
He didn't understand what the fuck is going on.
Now, Mr. O'Brien, you are charged with armed burglary of a dwelling, structure, or conveyance. You're also charged with attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer.
How is he...
They broke into a house.
Yeah, but that's, you have to be armed. The difference of, like, what happened...
Of breaking in and finding it, they broke into the house
No,
armed,
it said armed.
forcing their way in.
How did a 12-year-old kid...
How to ready a gun?
Again, it goes back to the foster home. Where do kids get this shit?
Yeah. They were bred like that.
But then, how does child do it on, how would I say, a Class A felony robbery instead of a Class C misdemeanor, like what they gave to fucking Antoine, an adult? Hello?
I know the details of.
There was nobody in the home. He had somebody in the home. It changes things.
Yeah. And that's more
Somebody-
dangerous than what happened
somebody-
to us.
Somebody in the home exacerbates the charges, where it goes from a misdemeanor to high felony. So that's a different state than California.
The arrest report, and based on my review, there is probable cause for the arrest, probable cause to believe that that these acts occurred and that you were the person who committed them. Ms. Hughes, do you have any argument on probable cause?
Not as to probable cause, Your Honor.
Wow.
All right, thank you. I reviewed the score sheet prepared by the Department of Juvenile Justice, the detention screening instrument. You do score for continued secure detention, and I'm going to order that
It's
you
like
be
he's going down the fucking drain and he didn't even know.
in secure detention.
Dude,
21
national
days or
television.
until
Imagine when you
further
were 12 years old
order
and
of
you're
the
being
court.
filmed like this.
Order of the court. So you're locked up indefinitely, John.
At this point,
Has nowhere to go anyways. The kid is in the
all
system.
we can do for this morning, other than to set an arraignment date. This is going to be in Judge Gostad's division on the west side. Do you want to set an arraignment date today, Ms. DePaula?
That's what I asked, and then
Yes,
seen
Judge, if we could set something approximately 3
What was
weeks
going
away,
on and
close
put
to
you
that
in there.
21-day mark.
Okay, the 21 days will run on June 23rd
Huh?
at 5 p.m. Madam Clerk, what have we
It's
got?
like 21
We
days.
can actually set that on June
Oh.
23rd at 10:30
23rd,
a.m.
yeah.
And Judge, would Your Honor agree to a secure detention review on the 9th, which is our next court date with Judge Gostad?
what about our evaluation?
Any objection, Ms. DePaula?
Yes, Judge, we would object to that. He's forced for secure detention, and the state needs time to be able to make a filing decision in this case. The 9th is not going to be a sufficient amount of time for that to take place.
Let the baby go out, dude. You can do
Well,
evaluation on the child. See
Your
what the
Honor,
hell, why you
ultimately,
did
we're
it.
not asking for arraignment on the 9th. We wouldn't expect a filing decision. We're just asking for a detention review, given his age.
Right? Because you're going to turn him into a monster.
Yep.
Be at that child's age, you stick him in there, dude, he's just going to be preyed upon. The
Well,
only
I
way
don't
that he's
see a
going to be able to
basis
defend
to-
himself is fucking turn into a monster.
Yep.
It's little Michael right there.
We'll
Stop for a
just leave his arraignment
It's myself.
set for the 23rd, and I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, at what time?
10:30, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, additionally, given his dependent status, would you appoint
Right.
the public defender beyond today's court date? I anticipate him receiving conflict counsel, so I would like to get the ball rolling.
If conflict counsel is going to be necessary,
You can start now.
you just need to file a motion to withdraw based on the conflict, and Judge Gossett will no doubt then appoint the
He's representing the girl.
conflict counsel.
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Otherwise, how would you have a conflict of interest, man?
Not
You know
for
the
the
kid.
state, Judge.
Or she can't
All
represent.
right, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. We'll move on to our next case.
The kid don't know what's going on in his life. Understand it, boys? Look like me.
On the backstory?
Look like me at every other time I've been in front of video court because you know what the hell's going on. And he asks, how is this part of my constitutional rights? In video court? Where's my representation? How do I talk to you in private? Through the fucking screen. People might wake up to what their kids are playing. Why the shit looks so goddamn real. Little some bitches playing that shit all day. Coming from my own experience. Saying, yeah, I need to step away from this because this shit's putting shit in my head. I'm living a grandiose life in my mind. And it's trying to play over onto this. But it's not has that.
Believe they can go out there and do it?
Yeah. What was the purpose of the video games? So that you can demoralize, inhumanize, slaughtering somebody else. The whole sole purpose of those military simulation things. And have cohesion within your ranks and squads. Builds all the components for the shit that gets people to play it. Raytheon, Lenr, all and so forth. Don't you want to run out and get the next Xbox? Next PlayStation? Next death machine that's used to fucking program your kids in the next generation on a fucking bomb the next person? Just a push of a button. Have the next several different models of new toys that they use in war in there to get you prepped for it. They openly state that's what the shit for. And what's pushing tech, big stock in America. People dealing with video games. But I'm like, wait a minute. I've shot one of them guns before. That motherfucker got alright kicked to him. How does she know how to shoot the thing Single
I don't even know.
shoot the
You
thing, single shot
I
if
don't even
not
know how
on full.
to fucking load that shit. You see it gets jammed on me. I really don't know.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, honey. You're having issues with a pellet gun, honey. You don't have that issue if you spent thousands of hours of simulation time in front of a screen. Sabe?
But still, you gotta
No,
count it
sabe.
in real time.
Sabe. Do you understand?
Feel the weight.
That's what I'm talking about on that side. To manipulate it when you named hours and hours and thousands of hours, the way they got the fucking thing set up, they'll show you how to break the thing down. And so forth.
Service it.
But yes, that's part of the game. That's what you have to do in life. Shit is so fucking realistic. To get people that have been warned on shit like that to make it where they don't feel like it's fake. Well, what is the point? It's a simulator. That's a simulator. People use that shit and it's like, oh, what else am I supposed to learn from it? Other than what the hell the game is showing. What is the game showing? How to kill black and brown people around the world. Now they kind of changed a little bit where you got light-skinned people and persons that look like you that are Caucasian in it. Because, you know, the places in Syria and Lebanon and other things are your color, so you had to change the schematics. Otherwise, usually in those games, it's always Africa and so forth and other places, and people fucking and fucking fuck up third world looking like little bazaars that you're blowing up and massacring with robots and shit. And it's like, oh. And they changed it a little bit where it was like, oh, we've been fighting with the robots like you see. Good old 5 and those things that we were playing at my cousin's house a couple years ago. We had the exoskeleton where they showed the exoskeleton thing that was in the game where they used it on the fucking driver. I was like, dude, I'd rather be in my wheelchair. Instead of fucking
See if they show like the
hanging there like this, like a fucking idiot, where I got somebody fucking walking behind me for the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Keeping me balanced.
The fuck? You can fucking scratch my ass for me when I fart?
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
What horrible job to be that guy. Anyways.
Well, it's a compassionate thing. It's how much you're getting paid. And what did you go through as a kid to put yourself as such?
To walk another person's every step.
Every step.
Like every single step. It's not that the person is in a wheelchair that you can, leave them there. You have to balance them. The person is not on their own.
Every step. They have no use of their arms or anything else, so therefore you were that.
Why would you want to be that person? Yeah.
You were that. I don't see it in that manner. It's what have you gone through, because I've been that person. Caretakers are that. Every nurse and so forth in CNA is that for a person, honey. Fuck. You want to be a mom. What the fuck are you talking about? You were that. Are you serious? Stop for long. What I said, think before one speaks. Truly think about it. Before one speaks. Because as a woman stating such things, what happens is when you become a mother, do you not do all those things?
Yes, just for a period of time. It seems.
So no. You're there for a lifetime for that person if they need it.
You are there for a lifetime.
So again,
if needs it, but in the physical plane, you ain't taking every step the person is taking.
depending on if you are, let's see, the woman with her daughter that made me cry because I didn't know over the years of seeing her, I didn't know her daughter walked. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
And that young lady is older than me.
There's different occasions. You never know what life is.
But life is life, yes. But maternity, as a woman, it's something that I never thought I'd hear something like say. Coming as myself as a father, and living in the house of someone who seen those type of things from those persons' ideologies that see things. I've seen so many relationships split up because of that thought form. Never mind.
Oh.
What thought form? I don't know.
Well, you're
Thought
characterizing a thought form. I would like for you to describe.
What thought form? I don't know. You just stated doing something and such that you described and you projected out. What thought form am I saying? That thought form. Well, I'm going, how can a woman state that if maternity should override those types of thoughts, but yet They do not.
As a mother, I don't think you would want to make your child every step either. At least that's what
Not
my
saying
mom
that
had.
you're doing that, motherfucker. Goddamn. The situation of you're born with a child or someone is afflicted with something by their own choice or not choice or mercy to see if you're going to change or walk away from the person. Well,
Okay, so not in a normal
not saying
maternity. You're saying
a
in
normal
a
one.
special situation.
No, not a special, normal one, period. You have a kid and he fucking decides a son or daughter wants to go and they step out on the side of a street and they get hit. Or they get a vaccine and it paralyzes them. Or they get a sting and it paralyzes them. Or they go to jump in a pool and don't realize because they're not paying attention and they hit the back of their head and they're paralyzed. What are you doing? You're now taking care of this person for their whole entire life until something makes it to where they are not ambulatory. Are you going to come with that thought form that you stated? Henceforth, me showing and stating it's odd. I can see that from my male counterparts, but I didn't think from a female I would hear that. Henceforth, me stating why I'm saying. I thought maternistic. I guess it is kicking in because you're soon to be on your mint, so the opposite side of it, how one can eat their own children. I guess in a sense. Otherwise, there isn't a special instance. It's just life. You're with your children for life. Your parents still worry about you and try to hold on to your choices for life. They hope that every step that you learn from them or not, if they're present or not, has you going to a right place. Consciously and subconsciously. It's the aspect of fucking being a parent. Every time something happened with you and you needed some help, your parents were there with your hand as it was raised. So I'm misstrued. I'm talking about in a different notion of literally, it's like my brother, peace be upon him. Born with a physical ailment. Myself, the way that life turned out, and me seeing, I take this sin of saying thank you for granting my brother the mercy of not having to live the life that I had to with our mother. Because of what I was shown. Do I think my brother would have been taken care of properly? In the way that I was taken care of? Do you understand? But then that's the projection. Again, henceforth asking, what did that person that's walking behind this gentleman keeping him up, and all others that they're doing this with, what the fuck did they go through? Because what was I for someone? That same thing because of what I want in my household. Henceforth the arguments with my extended family's siblings, and then saying, what are you doing in my parents' house? Well, fuck, your mom needed to be fucking bathed, dude. Your dad's not strong enough to do it. And you're acting like a fucking ass and your brother's over there fucking being stupid. What the fuck's up? Hello? And my father groveled and told my mom she needed to lose fucking weight. Same thing that I seen when Ted and Donna in front of us is you heard the man state, I just get out the car and leave your ass because she got one fucking leg. Those types of ideologies and so forth go with those forms of what you were stating. Henceforth why I check her and say, what? Because they can grow into things. And it's something that you need to know about somebody in case you could get hurt or whatnot, because it's one of the things why my parents split apart. Because it's like, hey, I'm healthy, bitch, and you're not. And it's like, oh shit, now I'm healthy and you're not. Right? But they split up before both of them got back healthy, if you wish to say. Or at least one not on a fucking oxygen intake. And being pushed in a wheelchair. And on steroids. And being told, bitch, you need to lose fucking weight. You're getting too fat. Literally verbalizing this shit in that manner. Why the fuck do I not get fat if I'm on a fucking steroid? And you're the shopper. A lot of miles we pushed my mother in her chair to get the signatures to get fucking 215 pass. Walking somebody's shoes, that's why I look at you and fucking shut up, dude. The same with my mom. You don't know what I went through. I don't know. I didn't know what you went through because you were in front of me as I pushed you. from the age of fucking 10 until 17 in a wheelchair. What's up? What are the pictures showing? Pictures are showing how big you were, but how you glowed, people talking and so forth, but yet you have this asshole on the side of the picture you see fucking groveling. This motherfucker don't want to speak. I want to get the revenue. So again, yeah, interesting. I've asked him. Maternity. Only thing I think it was mince is soon, so maybe that's why the hormone rejection is so more. It stayed in such a manner. Otherwise, I don't know. No difference.
Stated in general terms,
I'll have to try to figure that out.
I see healthy parents just.
Well, what's a healthy parent? When everybody is thought your mom and dad were the fucking cahoots and the pinnacle of the fucking pyramid. The apex, nigga. Hello? You just had a fucking 6-hour talk with your sister-in-law, asking what the hell is the problem with the family. The same with myself. I never looked at my family that way. I looked at others because it went on home. That's why I can look at Ted and Donna's as I put on the pinnacle and it's like, y'all are fucking retarded, dude. This is crazy. I sit there and laugh and sad. You don't want to see me in this manner, then I don't even feel like seeing you guys right now. There ain't any recollection that I know you fucks. I haven't acquired anything other than a beautiful life, living daughter from you guys that I don't get to see because it's her choice, whatever the fuck imprinted, and 2 grandbabies. And unfortunately, the smell of you guys are going to be in such manner if they don't work on themselves. And I just sold Stockholm to you in your pinnacle. And it's fucking somebody was stating, what the fuck's going on? But that's crazy right there. Young girl's 14. What the fuck's the youngest that they charging kids? I think the youngest I heard them charging a kid, child, and adults like 11 or 10. She got like fucking murder somebody or some shit. And exaggerate in like an adult fashion in a sense. Like some gang shit or something. How an adult storm the goddamn state capitol, the Capitol building, and blame fucking Facebook for it and get probation? Remember? If an adult can do that, why not the child say I was playing video games? Fucking give me probation, rehabilitate my ass, fucking help me. You gonna give me a fucking attempted murder and a cop, dude? That child's gonna do the time that I was supposed to do. He'll be up for parole when I'm 50. Or when he's 50. What if he's lucky? If he catches no infractions, no write-ups, no nothing. Sticks to himself and stays in solitary basically for the whole fucking 40 years they're gonna slap on that child. And even then, depending on how his responses are, if they lie and say he doesn't go to yard or not, like they used to do to me, where it's like, dude, I don't want to be in this cell. Let me go out in the yard. There's a little concrete room where the light comes in every once in a while. Let me let me out. I get to see the sun. Let me out. And you deny it. Which again, it still looks against, it looks, how would I say? It looks against you like you're not trying to do programming or associate or do anything like fucking normal. And it's whatever supposedly normalcy in a jail setting. And I wanted to fucking, they supposedly yard 3 times and then 6 months fighting that shit. And it's off the dollar. supposed to offer to you at least twice a week.
I would really like to understand the twist that you put to my comment where we're talking about the gentleman that is taking every step for the disabled person. I said, I don't believe that should be normalized or if there's anything healthy with that. Period. Nobody should be taking somebody else's steps, like living their life for them. If it has to be done, it's done. But what's with this psychology? I thought that was the inside of the conversation. What's with the psychology of the person that is taking their steps and living it for them, or leaving it with them, but leaving that in motherhood where I'm fucking just. I said, for me, I don't think motherhood should be where you're taking your kids every step for your kids. I don't see this as healthy. And then it turned into, what if your kid has an accident or something, like I'll bail out or something. I just don't really understand the twist to your shit. Like me now, being on my period and my eggs dying, like I...
And your eggs dying? Who said your eggs were dying?
Well, the eggs
That's
never
what I'm
went
saying.
alive.
This is where this is coming from. Where is this coming from? What is this added sugar? The added stuff that was never touched upon or even talked about. That's why I said I see where this is going to come.
No, just being on the period. Well, let's leave it there. But I'd like to know about the twist that you put to it.
What twist?
On motherhood and how interesting the categorization that you did of me and the other people like me that would respond the way that I did. Alluding it now to my period, but not sure if that's my standard in life. But I would really, I myself,
I would too, because I'm wondering where the extra sugar in your eggs are dead and so forth, and the mind chatter you got in your head.
There's
So
no
please
mind
tell
chatter.
me. There's
That
not
had
no
to do
mind
with
chatter?
the period. Didn't you mention the period? What happens when somebody's having a period?
Again, you're adding stuff to it. That's
Okay,
why
so
it's
let's
like a
cut it at
cuss
the
word.
period.
You're fixating on me stating your mints.
No. Let's
So it
backtrack.
seems
So
like
what-
it.
what the
It
twist you
seems
had
like
to
it.
do?
You keep talking about the twist you're talking about is because I stated your mints. And so since I talked about your mints, this the first thing that came out of your mouth was your eggs are dead and about your mints.
No, that was.
It wasn't. That's what you just said, motherfucker.
It
Shit.
was what I just said,
So
but after
please
I had the
illustrate to
whole
me.
introduction of the
Illustrate
disabled
to me
person.
the
So what's the
Tazataza.
psychology with? I thought we were talking about the psychology of the worker. You take it to motherhood.
Yes, I did. Of saying
what
it
the
was
fuck has that
odd.
to do?
If you listen to the fucking thing of Coin, it was odd. Because I said, the person who's walking behind them, they must have went through an interesting childhood. That's what I stated. Hello? The maternity and other stuff on there, I stated what I said. Just like you said. I stated it must be coming out differently because of Mint's hormones changing stuff, henceforth how a woman can fuck, a female bear can eat her cubs. Is how I stated in what I fucking said.
As if I would
Of
have
seeing
alluded
the
to
fuck-
not taking care of something when that's nothing at all what I said.
Didn't illustrate what you said.
I just did before
did?
I talked about the menses when I said
Say
I was
it again.
talking about the
Say it again.
psychology.
Say it again.
If you were to let me, because you just
I'm not saying nothing. I'm asking you to say what the fuck you said.
I like to put your imprint in.
Say
That's how
what
the
you
mind
said.
chatter and the conversation is in your head, huh? That's how the conversation is in your head. Because you really run with some
What you
idea that
said-
you have, and then you bring the whatever your ex-in-laws.
My ex-in-laws? What?
Fucking point. Ted and Donna, and then you're gonna carry on and talking on that, which is like, what the fuck has that to do? You're running. We were talking about the worker. Now you want to run with the whole mom-daughter relationship, son-daughter. You want to put your own relationship with your mom.
What I
We
said,
were not talking about maternity, period.
What I said with Ted and Donna was in the inference of someone doing what, like the gentleman standing behind the guy or pushing somebody in a wheelchair when we were standing there, and I was brought into your guys' conversation of divorce, where the fuck was going on, and a joke was pointed out of someone leaving somebody in the car and someone stating, well, I won't be left in the car because I have someone I can call because that person's in a wheelchair at one leg. And we're talking about what being someone's care provider or whatnot and doing such. So I said it's interesting in those guys as such, the words, are the same as like the words that I heard my stepfather say to my mom she needed to lose weight. Like what Ted was saying to Donna. They've been married longer than you've been alive, kid. I've known them almost as long as you've been alive, and for the first time in my life I heard that man in front of you, which we spoke about and I just brung up, say a suggestion I didn't think I'd ever hear from him. He said something along the lines as my stepfather to my mom. Henceforth me again, me stating, what did the person go through that's walking with that guy? Because the things that I went through as a child, I'm a perfect candidate of being one of those persons that would fucking be what? Someone's personal care assistant. Do you know what those are? They do whatever the fuck you ask them to do without nothing. Do you know what a personal care assistant is?
I can only imagine it.
So be it. You have to go through some shit to be one of those persons to get dumped on. And shit on and get me my Frappa Loca. Oh, there wasn't any fucking salt on the shit. Ah, go get me anyone. It's the world's full of. That's all Hollywood and all those other fucking things and the bullshit with the career that you went to school for. How it gets around is people paying persons personal assistance and being shit upon. Yeah, the fashion world and fucking music world and all the stuff and the other things. And here, what are we going through in this place? Your friend's paying for gas. Henceforth, me asking what the fuck you go through as a kid, because association with the person, what you go through as a kid. You're paying for the gas, huh? Oh, understood. Have a conversation with you, hop in the car. And I said, because you're one of my wife's friends, you're gonna see the same issues. Happy work on it, so it doesn't rebound back in her. Yeah, bringing up Luke's family and other families that you've seen where, oh, you just met the woman calls you daughter, and you're helping do what? Bathe her. Were you doing it from your own heart, or were you doing it because of fucking association to me? Okay. Okay. Then if that's true, then the words and so forth of what you're seeing, it's done, and the other isn't painted. Or verbatims, or observations, or afterglow, or any of that shit happens. It's just as you stated. It gets done. How I've lived my life. And when I see people go otherwise, or state some statements and so forth, I go, huh? And they get offended by it. I think I'm trying to fucking change some shit. So, toss on my side. So many nurses burned out and are quitting because of fucking shit that's going on in the hospital. No light at the end of the tunnel, they see, they think. There's an uproar about the boy going to jail and do something because the same thing's happening to young kids that have grown over the fucking border, being charged as adults for committing a supposed felony by their parents, and they're being charged, being detained until 18 and then put in prison and work camps. And shit was started underneath Obama, into action and implemented heavily underneath Trump. It's still being done with Biden. Freaking harassment and cyberbullying on myself for spreading some. Shit crazy. Never sent me the thing back, a response. Fucking sex and nudity shit. Isn't that crazy, man? That's crazy. I do like videos and shit. The internet stuff. Charging up the solar battery. Take it up and integrate it. Let's see what more crystals. I got a car battery set up. I need more than car batteries, energetics. I'll do some offensive microwave.
sensor lights and so forth. Down over on this array. No. Hook these two wires on. Do a pond right here. Our new driveway entrance here. What was that? Copyright. Beautiful day. Nice and cool in the shade. Nice breeze underneath the canopy. Bye bye, Fauci. Your stuff is going away. Showing that you're connected with all this stuff like the other people. From all the million you've been making off of people dying from AIDS and shit. He says, I have been very explicit in stating publicly that I'm not being muzzled or censored. I say exactly what I want to say based on scientific evidence. I have stated this on multiple TV programs over the past few days, including at a major press conference with many reporters present, including several TV cameras. I could not possibly be more public about this. No censor, no muzzle, free to speak out. March 2nd, 2020, right? All the information that this idiot stated, and all the videos that I have, and I've put out information before him, and I go, how is this dude the head of the thing? If I'm putting out information that contradicts what he states, because what he states is supposed to be scientific, and I'm putting stuff out that's from scientific stuff, and my own observations, and coming to a conclusion going, you're lying. You're covering up things, and so on and so forth.
Now go back and look at his body language and every time
You understand?
he puts himself out there and lies knowingly.
He knew the information the same as the president. He knew the same information as Trump when I'd published that it was human on January 25th of last year. January 25th was when supposedly Trump was told that information by Xi Jinping. But I was already getting censored for about 9 days when we were in Quartzsite, Arizona, coming into California. They censored the shit on my stuff. That stuff I have in the titles of some of my stuff that I shotgun blast stuff that didn't get taken down. Otherwise, my stuff that I have of screenshots of the World Health Organization stating that China had it under control and don't worry and it's not a pandemic, it's not human. All those videos, for some reason, they took down off of Yousteal. They said no information. I was like, how do you do that when it's the WHO saying it? And you said it's going against WHO's guidelines? But who's stating it? It's a recording of the WHO people stating it. Or Fauci saying, wear one mask, wear two, wear goggles. Then recounting, and then coming back and saying, wear goggles and mask.
Triple mask.
What does that do?
I'm working on a vaccine inoculation like this when they know it's nasal.
Why?
Because they're committed.
As I've been
because
stating,
there's stuff in it.
It took me a little bit, but what? During the end of last year, I'm going, wait a minute. This is like such.
Should be a vaccine, spray vaccine.
Isn't like such.
If you can go that route.
Blase. No. We should just be doing this with our noses, honey. Doing like voodoo. Henceforth, let's see what's going on in countries that haven't been westernized. What's their infection rate? Oh, look at that. That's interesting. They don't have it. If they're non-democratic, they don't have no issue. They're democratic, they got issues. Interesting pattern. Meaning if they're an ally
our non-POMSical way being used right now, Belt and Road Initiative or other, they have no issues. No explosion, no high infection rate. They're supposed to be developing country or third world and have no fucking system, but yet, year and a half in, shit squash. Outside help, and they get some people, tourists, and shit. They're in trouble now. It's like, wake up. They kept stating, we're using the efficacy of the flu vaccine, yet the flu vaccine's efficacy is fucking 33%. Wake up.
Yeah.
You know, it can be
And the
forced.
flu comes back every single year, and you gotta put it back every single year.
Because the efficacy of such is 33%. And they know that they spread stuff around by through tourism, but yet they told you during this thing that those diseases they weren't able to cure went away because tourism stopped. And people's being clean. You gotta ask yourself something. You want your flu vaccine this year? What's the point of it? Other than making money and perpetuating stocks. As people state, oh, we'll need this many doses, and this many people get sick during this time of the year. Those sicknesses went away. Now the supply chain attacks that's going on as people were seeing disruptions. Understand the manipulation of things and why things are now coming to a head and looking and sounding like Quiche Talk 257. We're gonna hit your power, we're gonna hit all your stuff. Make the people go goofy and vote for things. And we're willing to take the soul losses. What? Please sacrifice me, bud. Oh, thank you, Lord. My Master Messiah. You're willing to sacrifice me. Thank you. But no, thank you. So, if you weren't muzzled, back in January or February, first week, when I was talking about Nigerian strains, so forth, and they stopped talking about that and let it out in Western news. Fauci stated there was only the B117 in South Africa. And I'm like, well, what about the P1 variant in Brazil? What about the Nigerian variant? So on and so forth. Or the meat. How do I know about more stuff than me? And talking about it. So at that time, they were manipulating people and stating the rise in cases here in LA and so forth was because of fucking New Year's and Christmas and Thanksgiving bullshit. And they found that it was the meat variant, L452R. It was like insane. Still never said nothing here in the States about the shit coming from a mink farm. From shit in Denmark. Henceforth, the shit's back in Europe now because fucking shit that crossed from here back to India and now back up in that way. And the double mutation they're talking about, or triple, or it's the B117 with the B6117 shit mixed together. Pfizer and Moderna don't do too well against it. The mink variant. But Fauci on the heat, boy. Truth coming out. Yeah. Sickness and karma he did to the fucking people, the poor people with AIDS, autoimmune system problems, myself, my mother, and so forth. These people are sick, dude. The test on you. Wait for you to be hella sick and then come with this bullshit and be like, yeah, you want to be part of this? I can help you. I'm gonna help other people. And don't do nothing, dude. Except make you all money. Yeah. Yep. The improbability of this data being like such when the schematics is such, as I was stating, and you can see for a week straight, where I was going, how in the hell is the World Health Organization and the news people keep stating that 1,700 people been infected today. And they said that yesterday. And they said that yesterday in this amount of time. And I said, well, if we use that, we'll go off of that right there. We'll bubble out in this.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And I said the RT rate in this is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Even using that falsity, like what they did with India. But India's cover up how many people were dying. They were saying by this amount you're gonna make it to this. Even with your skewed information and analytics. Why is saying right here? The same going. This don't make no sense. Like I was saying, it's supposedly over like 5 million people disappeared from Hubei province from CCP. I know what they did was in the fucking incinerators. You know what I'm saying? Henceforth, why the price of flowers is so high this year? This shit comes over that way, but there is a large demand for it during the ceremonial. We put flowers out for the people that just passed. You know what I'm saying? You got all these things that you can try to say, but then there's the other stuff that correlates with stuff that are causal. Like I was saying, or I could show you on Facebook. Look at my titles right. This is bullshit. Back in January. How the hell they say 1,400, now it's 1,700. They said that for this many days straight. The number has to change. I'm listening to all the different news channels from around the world. Y'all using the same blanket thing. When I find something that's different, I try to post it. What do? Even if it's just a little shit scrolling at the bottom.
Yeah. That's where they put the most information.
Yep. If you're paying attention.
Really quick. Scrolling it. Sometimes we doing that too.
I ain't even had the audio going on that shit. I said, look at that, honey. Whoop. And then they took that shit away. And even the screen recording of the screen recording. Nope. I was like, damn, I can't even see this shit. It's so small. But somehow somebody might be able to bring up the skewed numbers that they were saying over here in America at that time. And I was like, yeah, it's bullshit. And would they come at it? What they just come with? Not 600,000 or 500,000 something people, rest in peace, died from this shit. But 900,000. And ain't nobody bucking back against it. I'm still like, how the fuck is Cuomo in office?
Cool.
Cuomo. He got
Look elsewhere.
He got 37 people fucking say some shit about him. From 50 years ago to fucking yesterday. And lied about all kind of shit. Data analysis and information and things why so many people fucking got hurt.
It's just too Italian and friendly.
In America was the fact that they used the fucking guidelines and shit and protocols and dumb shit that they did over there. While the nigga was writing a book and got a Grammy for it. And withholding information. I'm just like, how does that work? And you're gonna run for president. And you watch. These people just idiocracy.
Mostly women will vote him.
Idiocracy.
Watch.
And color crayon.
That's just so good.
These fools got the church underneath his thumb. Got everybody with their shot. Going, look. Oh, see? I was like, man, why you coming with the way you doing the little fucking program shit, man? When you was running up, coming into politics, and the whole time you've been in politics up until fucking last year, you was on the other side of the fence. And now they did this to you. We got to do this and change it. See what I'm doing for you? Man, get the fuck out of here. You're doing the Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton fucking shit routine. But we still living in Haiti with nothing, bro. You got $1 billion and we got 10 houses that are shacks. Nigga, what the fuck? Extort motherfuckers telling you gotta have fucking sex with somebody to get some price. What's wrong with you? Look into what I'm talking about, man. Let me see. This shit's disgusting. Motherfuckers got $1 billion. Less than nothing got built. Why the shit's in there right now with the puppet dude that people said to get the fuck out. And Americans gonna say, well, you can be in there even though you do a grand state and I won't want to be in there for one term. And they got this shit that's going on over there. And it's just devolving. So why? Because that was the place where the slave revolt first started. Why your country's a country. Now Spain got destabilized. So we gotta make sure we gotta keep that shit over there. Fuck up. Ain't nothing changed with the stupid ass fucking people outskirts. You gonna make sure when they take people back and recycle them this time that they ain't got no smarts to them, so there ain't no motherfucking revolt. That's where I see is going towards. What the fuck? We back in the nuclear arms race now? Is there like nothing better in the world to do? Then let's see how we can blow them nigga up. What the fuck?
So sad.
Look at that beautiful deer over there. I mean, how can somebody now go to sleep with some shit on their head? Like I said, since we've been together, how do these people have these jobs? Say they love their family, go to sleep, wake up, and think that they're doing something to protect their family and everybody else, when just thought of what the fuck they thinking they're doing kills everybody and everything, and the fucking deer over there and the cat sleeping on the log right there. And then the fucking virus just fucking people up. And I'm just like, huh? How do you justify what you're doing? Because just the notion of what you're doing makes somebody have to do some shit the same. Just to think in their emotion, in their mind, that somehow it makes them safe because they might be able to fucking unleash some shit that supposedly fucking just will stay at us. You understand?
Memorial Day weekend and all that shit. It's like, where are you really celebrating? You're celebrating the memory of people that supposedly fought for your freedom, but every time they went and fought for your freedom, it was in oppression of somebody else's freedom. I really not your freedom was not at expense because fucking it wasn't a real threat for you anyways. So when was really United States threatened other than by Japan? Right? Didn't like the Japanese sort of like in Hawaii and whatnot, the whole thing. Other than that, really, when was United States freedoms in jeopardy like that for people to go out and celebrate the massacres that are occurring abroad and justify and say that it's...
Alright, for one, we'll say this. Learn history a little bit better. For one.
I'm asking.
I know. That's why I'm stating to you, learn history a little bit better, because I've illustrated it to you several times. First illustrations of what happened with the Japanese Empire. The Empire attacking, not the people. It's Japanese people. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. It's like when we go to war with another country ideology, you have to get someone to think that they're under attack.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's the ideology of the governments fighting with each other. So I understand that. It's what people have issues with, and not being able to discern the difference. Secondary, we didn't go to war with Japan for bombing. In no way did Japan threaten America. Anyway, that's why I say learn history, because I tried to educate you that 4 years ago during the flood, showing you the papers and other things as such in the Japanese internment camps and other things that they did to the Japanese people. Now, for us to go to war, they had to change mainland's idea, thinking that not brown people were hurt over there, but Caucasians, and the Caucasians' mentality and way of life was in danger. Otherwise, the original prints and things that were illustrated about what happened at Pearl Harbor did not arouse the giant. You understand? Who gives a fuck about Guam? Or Puerto Rico? Or Costa Rica? It was not a state yet. It was a territory of us. Understand that when that happened. Why would we go to war over, again, Guam Costa Rica, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So
It
forth,
wasn't until they were
and so
told that
forth.
really was American people.
Because that's way over where?
Yeah.
And how many people in
Nowhere.
America at
I
the
didn't
time?
even know Guam existed.
How many people in America could go over there and use it? Like it got turned into. So what do I care about what?
And how many times people from Puerto Rico can come here to America as United States citizens or...
Saying Hawaii. Talking about
Oh,
Hawaii. I was just illustrating our other colonial possessions, but Hawaii became a state. They are not a state yet.
No.
At the time of what you talked up and used as an example, they were not a state yet. Therefore, in no means and how was the American way endangered, as you stated. It wasn't until the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, which it wasn't because then they didn't see it as part of America. Until they had to go, hey, that's part of America. And illustrate and put Jap and all these racially motivated things that you still see now in cartoon characters and so forth and the old things. It's propagated to the illustration of anti-Asian fucking culture that we have now. Hello? Anyhow. Now, World War I, World War II, and a couple other wars and skirmishes, yes, American, what you see now is that which keeps everybody at bay and thinks that we're the shit and needs to be the first ones and the only ones getting inoculated in the world. Yes, that's been threatened. World War I, World War II. Two easy examples. Other than that, I'll shut up.
But in World War I and World War II
was not at all were we threatened, because what was being propagated, Bismillah, astaghfirullah, by the Nazis, what was rung up in Nuremberg trials, what was sprayed on fucking immigrants until 1968 on our southern border.
Yeah.
Zyklon B.
The DDT.
No, not just DDT. DDT is different. DDT is what they get the idiots here to spray on themselves for fucking mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And say, hey, it kills, what? You. It was made by the fucking shit that was made to be sprayed on, what? Zyklon B.
I'm watching a documentary.
Zyklon
They were
B.
doing it in Bolivia,
Zyklon
Peru,
B.
the DDT
Zyklon B.
too.
I'm not talking about that.
No, you were
talking
talking
about here.
Cyclone D.
No, Zyklon B.
Cyclone B.
It was what was put in the gas chambers for the Jews, purchased by America. You stated that American ideologies were threatened. I bring up World War I, World War II. You agreed with me, and I said, but it wasn't. How were we threatened when they were pushing American nationalism and what is going on now? At those political parties and Bear and other things like that is now a corporation still now, which was funded and founded and done in America, and all the back munitions, chemical illustrations,
I see what you're
and
saying.
fundings and munitions
They're in
and
the
so
winning
forth.
position. How is it threatened?
How is it threatened if the ideology that was talked
wronging.
about in Nuremberg trials of when the Nazis were asked, what the fuck were you doing and who gave you this information?
It's by no means putting
they
in jeopardy
pulled out the book.
The United States,
they pulled out the book of the United States ICE. Because what were the Jews being used as and looked at? Like you, as an immigrant. It was used and sprayed on people as delousing. Hello? Till 1965, the United States...
Got insects in you? Like pests and stuff?
Yes, louse. Shit in your fucking hair. We sprayed you in your clothes. To delouse you in your clothes because we seen you as dirty. Till 1965. At our border.
Yeah. Or same in South America.
Because the
in
people are
the
coming
of South America.
Are coming up this way. It was our substations like still doing now with the same countries.
Yeah, and all that shit.
Still done in the countries that are done now where we're having the people wait before they come here. Hello? Same shit's going on. Where they're being what? Fumigated and sprayed and inoculated with things. Tested upon them. Along with taking out their babies and uteruses and so forth as it was being done during the eugenics program when it first enacted. Again, when was America's fucking stuff jeopardized? Because it wasn't World War I or II. If we went over and got their scientists, bring over here, and you can see what our school systems completely changed over to that when there was two different systems in this country. It completely got overwrapped and warped over. after such. But again, Zyklon B, the chambers, the way that it was administered, the stuff that was done, all copied from America. Nationalism and so forth, all that stuff, like now where everyone's going, closing their borders, where now fucking Europe is doing what? Making fences and everybody's closing their shit. Why? Because America's doing it again on the 100 motherfucking date of doing such, pushing us into the time when we had World War I and then World War II, where it built up with people doing retardedness thought forms and integrating spiritualism and other things as such in science, and we're going to control you, either with us or against us. And we're back at that again. Alexander Chetsky, Solar Major Minor. 100 years ago, we were in the same predicament. When you've seen all things that were somewhat, in a sense, supposed democratic, or where people thought one manner, got the carpet pulled out from underneath them. And everybody said, no, dude, we want a what? A ruler. Well, now, these people are ready for and primed for a computerized, dogmatic system of, I tell you what to think. No matter what, if the computer comes from you, yet not even from you, something that thinks less of you, but so you're voting that you wish to be controlled by that because you state you do not like the system and it's dogmatic and fucked up and is racist. It needs to be rebuilt, but I'm going to take this thing that is that. In a nutshell and more, but yeah, that's what I said. When was America, that's like whenever we're attacked, I ask, when has our interest been attacked at all or threatened? Because all we do is go over, put corporate things, and now, because of those corporate interests, I have national interest, you understand? And have the ability to take and create my people to give me the firstborn children. Now put foot soldiers right here and impose my national interest of, I don't like your women wearing those type of clothes, we're going to have them wear this. I don't like your food being done as such, we're going to have this. I don't like your voting system as such, we're going to have this. You don't like it? Kick us out. But how do you do such if, by offering all these sweet peas and so forth and things, the archaea there being raised does not understand? And you either get raised in an extremist way of stating, stay away from that stuff because, you know, it's alcohol and it's not part of our culture. Or you drink it and now, woo! And now you have this music genre. And like in your country where you got social paradigms of folks around you that first integrated things that mimicked here, and you see what happened, and has happened since. Of that ecosystem that mimics the same as here. Where it's just carcasses being ravished upon. They don't even realize that they're dead. There's zombie vampires running around getting more and more energy from others as their masters extract their energetics from them. And acquiesce them with supposed opulence things when I go, damn, that's just a butthole. What makes it so cool? You got a butthole, I got a butthole. But somehow, your butthole's worth more? Doesn't shit just happen out of that? Alright. Blase, blase, blam, blam, blam. And you get to this fool. He's been doing what the fuck he's been doing for a minute.
His butthole must be worth a lot for him to be lying around like that.
Stating all this stuff. What gets me is it wasn't until the end of Trump administration, when he was way out, that the fool started sidestepping and him and Trump started arguing on the news. And him saying, no, I don't like what you're saying. So that's why I'm like, dude, you one of them, you're a slug, bro. You need some salt done around you. So you can just stay where you're at. Just stay where you're at. If not, you know you're dumb enough to where you're going to try to cross it. So, have fun. And just put a salt circle around his ass. And cleanse him. Give me the option. Here's the trick. The truth to come out on the things that what that man's involved with the stuff, along with his whole crew and the people before. You seen how they did on the ABC News? I was like, what the fuck? They come with the rhetoric trying to state, like the nationalism, why it took fucking 7 motherfucking years into the AIDS pandemic for anybody to say anything, because they're like, oh, it's gay people that fucking created the shit, and there's only gay people that was dying from it. Okay? It took 7 fucking years. 7 years of my life. I was 7 years old. And they finally fucking the president acknowledged there was an issue, right? Why 34 motherfucking years later, you fools are still pushing the propaganda by starting it and having 4 gay men, someone that was diagnosed back in the 80s, to somebody now that survived from the drugs, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna change my focus.
And pushing the Fauci narrative where he states, you know, what the hell is it? You equals you. Yeah, U equals U. Yeah, I gotta break their little anagram down. U equals U is what their thing is for people that have AIDS that have took their medications and it's untraceable, untrackable or some shit like that. Or if they're not able to trace the immune response of AIDS in you, then there's no viral load that can be passed to somebody, is what they're stating, where a person can be intimate with somebody. You know what I'm saying? But to me, from such is why we have, you know, 50 different variants of HIV. Because of these guys doing what they're doing like they're doing with OC43. And as you've seen, every time they would change their little fucking Kool-Aid batch, OC43 would mutate to match it. Because of the pressure and so forth. You know what struck me offensive by it, again, my whole life, they tried to push the narrative that this is just a gay disease. And that's why it's ravaged such heterosexual couples and so forth and people so immensely. You understand?
Yeah.
That the show itself is showing this, but again, the only people that they talk to with AIDS that's recovered, supposedly, is 4 gay men. An older gentleman from the 80s, African-American gentleman. 2 African-American gentlemen, 1 Caucasian man, and like a Hispanic-looking gentleman. So like, on through the demographics till now. Nobody heterosexual. You understand? Now the narrative that they push and they talk about is how the government here seen it was just a gay disease. And that just gay people supposed to have it. Well, why are you helping perpetuate that? It's like not saying former President Trump and saying President Trump. Like that do for ever right now. And it's like, dude, you guys are fucking, you know how to speak English properly. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to, why are you trying to slide this narrative in? It's like that thing with the child molester dude that was the fucking band orchestrator guy, where they started out with it all being nice and everything and then they end it with dude fucking molested little boys for 40 years there at the place, and it's like, okay, well, why did you start it with 5 minutes of praising this motherfucker, and then ended it out with convicted of this shit, and over a 40-year period. Why do you start it with him like fucking praising? It's like, yo, okay, you just negated that. You just ended this shit. The 20 seconds of what the thing was about that, but it's only 20 seconds, and it's, hold on a minute. Y'all got me fucked up. That's why the prison thing is, if you ain't got no scars.
And the report of it is that old ass lady.
If you ain't got no scars or nothing like that, or an extra time on your stuff, then you're with it. That's why we fucking go that way in prison. We have that mentality in main yard.
She looks like from the demographics and social class with it, knowing or without knowing that she's with it. You know what I mean? because it's in front of her face and she's, she's that's me and I got a personality. I'll be like that. No, I'm not.
I'm gonna start with the end and then go to the beginning. Let's start this like this, how it should be. You understand?
And the deer is pretty. It has like white on its neck. It's just standing in the driveway. We're wondering where the tomatoes are at.
Where'd you put that good stuff?
Come closer.
Where'd you put that good stuff? So I can help you prune it. I'll let you know what it tastes like. Of course, even change color. You ain't even gotta fry it for me or nothing. Now him and the mom, I think, or sister, whatever they are, to each other. They was chilling there for a while. It scared me last night when it came out. I'm like, dude, every time you guys chill out here at night, you're gonna make the damn mountain lion come through. Like I did the other morning. Woke me up at 3:30. I hate when, I shouldn't say I hate. It's just not, whatever dream I'm having at the time just goes whack, dude. When that shit comes through. I'm just like, wide open. Oh shit. Where's this motherfucker at? Why am I up like this? What time is it? She circled this last time. Did her call like 4 times.
Yeah.
I almost woke you up, but I was like, nah. I smoked a spliff and went back to sleep. But I was like, that's different. She ain't done that. But the deer were chilling. It lost like Eeyore and shit. It just stuck.
Like me?
Huh?
Like me?
No, man, I said like Eeyore.
Oh, I thought you said like you are.
No, Eeyore. The mule off of fucking,
Winnie Pooh?
yeah.
Hey!
5 minutes now, all I seen is, because the water tank's there, I just see the 2 ears like this and the tail coming down. And the head like he's just been stuck looking that way, like he's just like burnt out.
Hey! Let's just look to the side.
His water gave, no, that's what I'm saying, for 5 minutes now I've been looking at him, looking at whatever he's looking at going down.
On the driveway, like
You look like you're burnt out, bro, like fucking Eeyore. That's all I see is the tail and the ears. And if you ever done like the little kids like birthday parties and stuff like that, you know, sometimes they put like the board up and you got the ears, you know, pin the tail on the donkey. There's stupid stuff coming through my head.
That if you're a deer, you don't want to stand quietly like that. Now it's looking at us. Because it makes it more of a prey and shit. It's looking at us over its tail. Hi!
I just still see the ears.
Hi!
Back to the
Fauci thing.
the Fauci. The
We talked
Fauci
about
mobile.
AIDS.
It has to do with AIDS.
What's the...
Fauci has to do with AIDS because look, all the medications they push.
Again? On the Japanese, I can't remember it. What was it? Oh, Pearl Harbor. I just wanted to remember what they called the...
I've already talked about that several times. Think
I
about
know,
it.
I just wanted to remember what was it called event.
But think, it's worse than that. Happened last year when their emperor, who was just a puppet, supposed, because they'd be turned into a democracy. And it's our ally, right? They had a frat from our country when the podium was put up, because of COVID. Dude was put up a little bit later than he was supposed to be. And there was an inference with the podium dealing with, say, the king, or empire, or the emperor, in the sense of the Constitution. Was the Constitution from the people, or was it something imposed? Anyhow. It's like all the used to be empires out there changed democracy and things. And it's funny how these idiots done that stupid shit with TikTok, man, to make it all the kids here in the United States pick it up. And now it's been used as a craze. And I don't know. I hate to see what's going to come next. Because being either I could see like maybe 11 right now. I had to see like 12 and 13. Hopefully we stay in 11 and it ends in 11. Otherwise we go past this. Oh man, we in for some shit. You gotta remember, they always stated they was using what? Things that they've been using for 50 years. Now how? Johnson & Johnson been doing this, they stay for a while to do their shit, but yet they just got to give up a couple $1 billion to some people because they don't know how to make talcum powder properly. But anyhow, maybe that's a way that they replenish that money they had to give up.
Do you really think they're gonna take it off? How are you? Would you pass my bone? Because I don't know where my pet is. Thank you. Hi. How are you?
Confident that China stopped counting dead and infected bodies since January 7th, they've been adding fabricated data to show to save face the road under their own people and impressive flattening of China outbreak curve. It's easy to prove this via data analysis because, for example, improbable coincidences occurred in much of the data. My suspicions were eventually confirmed by at least 2 of my sources in China. The data posted by China is not only garbage, it has misled the world into a false sense of security with right. Oh, yeah. Death rate, age versus death, and the other things. That is, if people analyze the world's data, including China, it don't come out right. I wasn't talking to him about gain of function, but here it is. Let me ask him. Gain of function. Wow. Potentially look engineering. And that's bullshit that these idiots are doing, which is just extorting people all the way around because Trump showing that he stepped in and allowed a guy in that was charged with extorting money, bringing drug trafficking and other things to speak to try to state that, people are being extorted and being drug trafficked and laundried in. Is this insane? You have both parties doing things of kicking a can down the street for the last 100 plus years. You have immigrants thinking that they're above the others that are here coming in just after them and denying them access. And you have those that aren't even aware of what's going on. You have those that are aware of what's going on. And you have, for the last decade,
Maria, the
year
jumper
after
and no classification.
year after year of raising of all the fees and everything to do stuff legally in the States.
Yeah. 61% applications and lawyers fees went up last year.
And it's just insane.
Meaning that an application that last year was $500, this year's 1,100 something. That's the lawyer's fee double too, so you were looking at 1,000 altogether, and now you're looking at 2,500.
Things add up.
Yeah, this is just like cash you gotta have all the time. And like our ex neighbors that are on the DACA program, the Dreamers, they were telling us that their application is $500. Technically, they gotta renew
Every 2
their
years.
state the DACA Dreamer state every 3 years, but every 2 years. But once everything is done and said in one application, it's already a year and a half left for doing the other application. So you gotta start saving for the other application immediately, because before you realize that it's already time for reapplying. So they're making themselves clients, just they're ensuring that they're gonna have this income form, so they can keep the skeleton of their system.
Their
How it
voters.
is.
They're gonna keep their voters. They get their voters that they want, and the other side gets the fuel that they need to keep the machine going.
Yeah, exactly. And they hope in between feeding like fucking monsters.
They pit people against each other like Hunger Games. Videos of our neighbors saying that their number is. I've never seen racism so stirred up in the pot, other than in the last couple of years. I ask how and why. Just turn off your TV, man. You'll be alright. Turn off your phone, you'll be alright. You turn on the phone,
Leave
turn
your
on the
fucking
TV,
house.
and somehow you got people stating that freaking Mexicans are stealing our jobs and our water. Huh? Your friend, my wife? I'm trying to go to the store and get to the bank and get some change. And the store to get some papers. So I can roll a joint, because you just gave me a headache, lady. Are you sure? You sure? They're stealing our water? What jobs you got in Marysville they're taking? That your kid wants to do? Or anybody else that looks like you, that they gonna do? With the water thing, really? Look into it, we stealing their water. They were talking about they're stealing our water from right here. All the reservoirs are for the stupid motherfuckers that want pools in Arizona and LA County. Our water's shipped down. You gotta pay for them. You smacking your gum and drinking your frappa latte from the fucking Dutch Fellowship. Trying to be like them. And you pissed at who? Mexican for taking the shit.
Are you uncles and aunts and grandmas and grandpas? What the fuck are you talking about?
What? You're interesting, lady. Turn your TV off and bullshit.
No. So you shoot your
Is he coming with that talk after talking with the dude that was running for mayor? Chris? Oh, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Point out some stuff I want to change on the thing. If I was going to buy the building and stuff, it's changed. But not for my core, but for theirs. Man, I didn't even think of stuff. I ain't got the building sold. That's alright. Walk away. I'd rather do me and mine and ours. We come together and get ours. It might be a little bit slow, but it's we're into waste. We're in that fast pace. I make no haste and waste. Anyhow, these fools is crazy. And they pushing this shit. They gonna lose the mid-elections behind us and that transgender stuff. And we gonna have the most craziest motherfuckers back in office. In the next 2 elections, dude, if they don't change course, man, honey, getting into my old years, I do not ever want to leave the property. Because I don't think I'll be able to do like we did with the elder that was 70-something, 74-year-old man who picked up hitchhiking. I don't think I could ever do no shit like that without getting murdered by no kids or something. So everybody's head's gonna be all fucked up. She has me terrified of the future. So all these kids that are right now
getting all this shit implemented in their house. All this weird ass stuff. And the lies and the truth and the lies and the truth. There's tobacco mixed in there, dude. Echo chamber algorithms and QAnon. That's the thing. Them fools made QAnon grow, and them fools all got kids. And they got a straight hidden army right there. Oh yeah, it's Thursday, so they got the quiche talk bullshit on YouTube somehow. Telling people more rhetoric and to help the Iranian terrorist group. Not he's a messiah and some more shit. I just don't know how that stuff's not taken down. Yet, if you look, Quiche Space Program, June 3rd, they got a thing on there saying some shit about killing Americans and more shit. Americans ain't helping them. One's behind these cyber attacks and other things. Quiche Talk 257. I have to download and get today's Quiche Talk to see what Goofball says about that right there. I lost that biggest ship. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh no, it sank, that ship that you were telling me about?
Yeah.
After leaking so much?
No.
Oh.
Completely different. Completely different. That one is sinking. The medical ship that had the nitrates on it and so forth, that's a completely different ship. This is a warship, honey.
Oh.
Iran's biggest boat.
Who buried it down?
Iran's biggest boat. I'd stated, I wonder if this is like their nuclear stuff where they might be practicing their own stuff on there. Because since that spot, they upgraded their stuff to 60% weapons grade. Other ships in the area were having issues and so forth. Are we testing or are they testing? You understand?
Yeah.
What I was saying to you earlier, but I see that you didn't pick up on what the hell I was talking about. Like usual. When it comes to stuff like that. Seems to be the pattern that you say doesn't exist, but I don't know.
Very much there's a pattern.
Yep.
Just can't see it.
Yeah. That's what you're paying attention to when someone's talking to you.
Focus.
What are you paying attention to when someone's talking to you? It's like the NFTs. Trying to bring those into your forefront. I'm going, apply this. I'm trying to apply it. I said, let me get to my pictures where I can get them to where I can use them. But I'm stuck right now. But you're not. Your stuff is all over the place. And because of such, you got people plagiarizing your stuff now. Like what's going on with mine? Leading people the wrong way. Yep. The biggest boat. Gone. A couple months back, they had their missile boat shoot itself. Another boat do some stupid shit to itself, supposedly. And some other shit that has been having calamity after calamity. After calamity. Where it's like, are we gonna go to war with somebody or are we just fucking ourselves up here? Because That's just kind of how we plan on going to war with somebody if we ain't got no shit no more. We done fucked it up. We done fucked ourselves up. Every time we try to take the bike out for a spin, we keep sticking the front tire. You know what I'm saying? They're like they've almost, other than the little piss boats that they use with the stuff to fuck with infect our soldiers on the boat, on the big boats with the shit that I was talking about. Fucking, other than that, they've almost reduced themselves to like any formidable like thing to like your fucking naval. Or it's like, we got 3 submarines. We just lost one. I was like, okay, guys, let's be more careful. Otherwise, we got all this money to spend on fucking war to do what? I mean, it's like, come on. War. Don't want nobody eating hamburgers and McDonald's. Don't want them eating sauerkraut. I mean, it's like, the agendas. This says January 31st. I swear on the other one that we seen where it has that, they didn't show the gentleman's name who sent the email to Fauci. Bottom part of that. Doesn't look the same as that, but they say the same stuff. Interesting enough. Why would they say the same stuff? What other way?
Essentially, look engineered.
What a coincidence. They're just playing a fucking.
Now you see, now you're starting to see, Obala, and understand? Seeing the picture? Is that what you said?
Oh, because for the last like 3 4 months, 4 months, Tiffany Meyer, she's
Now
been.
you see why I said last year what I said to you. I was like, interesting. We'll see how they say during the election about Biden and how they say about Trump.
Yeah.
And you seen their stuff. They went from being biased about both to going real dirty about Biden's son and so forth and those things. And I went, interesting. You can see now that they've changed, just floating there in the middle, that they're going to one side.
Yep.
And with their stuff that they're illustrating. And then it spread to NTD News, where that other stuff came from, where they're showing this, where this is insert from, where it's like, interesting. Continue, please.
Oh, I was mentioning that Tiffany Meyer in the last 4 or 5 months, she's been doing China in Focus, but also has studied her own TV show, or at least we see it on a channel, but I think they're being televised too, that it's called Deep Dive. But she's doing it from what it looks like an office, and from my understanding, she's being backed by Pence and Trump and whatnot on the Republican wing, and so it makes sense. It makes sense on because one episode that we have watched, she's talking about bringing to light the origins and the investigations that the doctor that they're talking about here, and the scientist that was the Batwoman, and the investigations that had been done in China, and bringing them to light, because obviously Fauci has judged a lot, and they're putting that agenda on. And then I was saying that here today, today I heard in the news that the DA of, I believe it's New York, had had won a case in the Supreme Court against Trump, so he's now got access to his tax reports for the last like 10 or 5 years or something, whatever they've been fighting for, they got access to now. So it's vicious, stupid shit at the cost of a lot of lives. That's what I was saying. Do you want to play that? See what
They
they're putting out?
deplete and cause inflation to make his bill look bad. Homegrown cyber attacks and deep fry this up real quick and have a chocolate ice cream or chocolate cake and use it in the center.
Yeah. Vanilla.
And there's the ice cream. It's chocolate pound cake mixed into a smoothie with blueberries and strawberry.
And chocolate milk. Adult smoothie.
What do you want, Romeo? You want some? You want some avocado?
No. You know that what that does to your butt.
What's going on over here?
I'm saying that it's tricky. It's like almost like a mint, super refreshing strawberry first, and then like the chocolate after flavor. But you don't expect chocolate because it looks really pinkish. It's bomb, really refreshing. Thank you. I can leave off these smoothies, Romeo. Getting used to it. You get everything you need. A little bit of cake, a little bit of chocolate milk, some fruit there too. Throw in an avocado, and you'll feel good about it. Right? It's a whole meal. With dessert.
Some space food. No, it's GANS. It's food GANS, baby. We just haven't run through the filter. I looked into that. I was like, wait a minute. These fools are calling this shit food GANS. They're taking food and run it through a processor and use some cheesecloth and then run electricity through it. And we're calling that food GANS. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Weren't they on Etsy too?
I'm telling people, throw it away, it turns to mold. I'm like, what? How is that again? If it's getting moldy, then that means there's bulk matter there. It's supposed to be energetic, right? The same with people's medications and shit. I was like, dude, oh my god.
It was bomb. We need to put more blueberries in the freezer. I've seen so many butterflies. I don't know if it's the same or what. I hit one today with a mirror. Can you believe that? I was driving on the butterfly.
It's flying and you hit it with a car.
Just like in the corner with the mirror, the driving mirror, but I think she survived. I'm like, get out of the way, you guys. There are like so many. It's a butterfly effect that I just caught.
The other bird flu. First time ever jumping into a gentleman there.
I read it.
Being downplayed. How did that happen? That's the connection is with barely any service. Using a grandma's Getro phone as the portal now. Outwards. I'm grabbing Wi-Fi signal from the front gate. Or one of the gates. Dun.